Welcome to the Chamber Neighbors Podcast, a show highlighting Chapin's community and commerce. Now here's your hosts, Greater Chapin Chamber of Commerce President and CEO Paul Sadler, and Chapin Neighbors Magazine's Daniel Rendelman.
This is Daniel with the Chapin Neighbors Magazine.
And I'm Paul Sadler with the Greater Chapin Chamber of Commerce.
And Paul, who do we have with us today?
Daniel, my friend.
Yes, sir.
We have a treat.
We have a treat.
We have a treat today.
We have the one and only.
Go ahead, introduce him.
Well, it's the artist who was actually did the halftime show at the Super Bowl. The one and only Kendrick. No,
not it's
Kendrick.
Actually Dylan Francis.
Dylan Francis
from the Town of Chapin. Welcome, Dylan. We're so glad to have you.
Hey, am I your most recurring guest, or who is your most
I think he is
guest?
now.
Dylan.
And he has to rap since we don't have Kendrick
since
Lamar.
Kendrick's
from the
not
halftime
here.
show.
Well,
I can just do They Not Like Us.
Okay, so
All right, ready, set, That would be fun though. If you could rap that would be this would be the most listened to podcast
Probably would.
in Chapin.
and then band.
And then we'd
And then
all
band.
lose our jobs.
Yeah, there'd be
So, but all good. Dylan, it's so great to have you here. Dylan, of course, from the Town of Chapin.
Great to be
and
here.
have some updates and for our listeners and everybody.
Lots of stuff going on in the Town of Chapin, man. You guys are pushing out events left and right. And
We're stacked this year.
You are. I've seen a calendar, man, and you're going to be one busy fella.
Yeah.
For the next year. You did this to yourself. I know that, right?
You know, I shoot for the stars and land on the moon, or I think is that how it goes?
I think so. I think so.
The
Well,
moon's
and it
pretty far away.
gives of course, a lot of benefits for our folks that live here and people that are visiting by, maybe to come to the lake, or friends and family, for all the different events that makes Chapin such a great place. So I know that we've got some different things happening. What's kind of what we say is the big plans?
Well, the big thing that I'm working on right now, there's a few big things that I'm working on right now, but our first events, they kind of go hand in hand for the year. Same as last year, we have our Mayor's Prayer Breakfast, and that'll be on Friday, April the 11th. That is updated on our Town of Chapin website, that page is, if you want more details. But instead of, in the past, we've done a community service day the Saturday following the prayer breakfast. In an effort to get more of a turnout and higher participation, we are actually doing the week of community service leading up, prefacing the prayer breakfast. So that Monday through Thursday, anybody who is in a service organization or works for a nonprofit church, wherever you are, if you want to do a community service project, it can be on your own property, it can be for somebody else. Send us a picture, send us some details, and at the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast, we will highlight your project in the presentation.
Wow. So it went from one day,
yes,
to now we have multiple days.
A lot of flexibility
to be able to do some service projects around our
And is it true that the prayer breakfast is really just to pray for the mayor? Is that the purpose of it?
He needs it.
Yeah, it's okay.
We all do.
We pray collectively. It's a morning of fellowship and good food, and that this year once again is very generously sponsored by Whitaker Funeral Home, and the breakfast will be provided in large part by Chick-fil-A Ballantyne and prepared by American Legion Post 193.
All right.
We love our Legionnaires.
So do you hear this, Paul? It's this connection between like Chick-fil-A, Whitaker Funeral Home, the town, and the American Legion, the community and commerce coming
Sounds
together.
Like something that we're a little familiar with.
And they are all Greater Chapin.
And they are all Greater Chapin Chamber partners.
Isn't that nice?
Chick-fil-A Ballantyne is a great Chapin.
Yes.
What a great snack.
Isn't Steve a great guy?
Well
Steve
done.
Arnold is the man and has been the man for a very long time. Steve, hope you're listening.
So they'll be doing the breakfast on that day, but the week before is really kind of a focus of community service and work to do. Give us some examples maybe of, do you know of any organizations, what they're planning already?
The Chapin Junior Women's Club does something every year. I think they plan on touching up signs or spreading mulch, I believe, maybe even here at the Chamber building.
Yep.
We, as the town, will have our own service projects going on with our public works superintendent and that staff. We're still getting those in, but I'm confident that we
So
will.
if there's an organization or a group that wants to do something somewhere in the town, do they just contact you to get on the calendar, or do they just do it?
Just do it. Just do
do
it.
it.
Let me know. I don't need to be the middleman necessarily. If you need any sort of advice or guidance, I am happy to help you. Just call the front desk at Town Hall. That's still me. And we have a vast network of members of the community, and we can find something for you if you need something, and we can find folks for you if you need folks.
And so it is an opportunity to serve on purpose and for a purpose areas as you're doing that, which I think is fantastic. And kind of like that association where, okay, this is a week that we're going to be busy helping others and doing that. And then they can contact you. And then also on that prayer breakfast, what's going on there exactly? So you mentioned the breakfast that'll be served that morning, and then speakers or things?
Yes.
Or?
So we will have our breakfast. The breakfast will start being served at 7:30 a.m. And as everybody takes their seats, around 8, the presentation will start. We'll have some invocations from some local faith leaders and an intro from our mayor. We will then highlight the community service projects that we were sent from the week and make sure that everybody is recognized for their contributions. And then we will have a surprise speaker. And the theme for this year's Mayor's Prayer Breakfast is Community After Catastrophe.
Community after catastrophe. I've got a feeling you're not going to tell us who this speaker is just yet. I feel like you're keeping it under wraps and not letting us know.
It's a surprise to him and us.
Well, that may be.
If any people know.
You, if any.
But what does that mean, community after catastrophe? What are you kind of thinking?
There are times that we've all been through where I was not prepared for that.
Oh, no, that's deep, right?
That is such a
okay.
We all go through things. The world can be a really, really rough place at times for different reasons. And the thing that keeps people from floundering on their own is their community.
Ooh.
Absolutely. I
answered magnificently.
Perfect. It's like we prepped you for that.
Yes.
But it was so candid.
Yeah, that's really good.
But it is. I mean, the community, our town, our state, our country has gone through so much. And the one steadfast thing is community.
Your fellow person.
And it's not just a place. Community isn't just a place. It's a feeling, right?
It is.
It's not just the Chapin community, but it's the feeling of community, feeling of having those people that you can turn to and rely on, and especially after catastrophe.
Yeah, and that's one thing that's so beautiful about our local area and community is how many nonprofits and how many groups there are that do that. Now, I understand that there's folks can sponsor a table, or there's limited tickets available.
There's very limited tickets. The event is currently live on Eventbrite for individual tickets, but if you're interested in a sponsorship option, again, give me a call at Chapin Town Hall front desk, or you could shoot me an email at communications@chapinsc.com. It is first come, first serve, and we have a very limited amount of tickets. It's one of our more popular small events. But
how much are tickets, Dylan?
Individual tickets are $10 a pop.
Wow.
There is also a partial table sponsorship, which is $50. You get 2 tickets with that. Or the full table sponsorship, you get 8 tickets and your own dedicated table.
Your own table.
And that is $200.
Wow. So an individual can buy a $200 table and sit at it by themselves.
They could,
if they want to.
If they were so bold.
They could. That would be interesting.
Bold
Is that what you're going to do?
No, I've got no. I will invite people, but I will at the table.
I believe the chamber has already.
Yes,
I'm on the list.
We have typically been a part of this, and we feel like this is a great event for our community.
They have, and we appreciate it
for sure.
Yes,
absolutely.
fascinating. So, with this event coming up, that's coming up in April.
It is April the 11th.
So, which is the Friday before Good Friday.
Correct. We're really whetting the appetite before
Okay.
I like
Good
it.
Friday.
I like it.
Breakfast.
All right, so we're looking forward to that, and you can get more details at chapinsc.com. Learn all about that, and their Eventbrite is live. Get your tickets today. Call Dylan to get your sponsored table. Dylan, what else is going on, man? Is that the only thing that your department is working on right now, or
far from it, Paul?
Far from it.
Got several plates spinning. Believe it or not, Labor Day prep has begun.
Oh,
I'm
Dylan.
not going to talk about that yet. We're not quite there yet.
It's only February.
Oh, and I had the theme too, but I'm not going to tell anyone.
No, tell us.
Oh,
Did you just say it's a Star Wars theme?
I did not.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Wouldn't that be so fun?
You're not the only person who suggested a
I
space-based
will
theme.
be Darth
Base
Vader.
space. Okay.
We'll look at that for 26. We got something slightly different cooking this year.
Okay.
But that
Cooking,
would be-
is that a is
Can we
that
include-
I think you're reading into it a bit.
Yeah,
But maybe I'm trying to throw you off my scent because I tipped my cap too much.
Oh. Okay,
All right,
I'm going to be
so-
thinking on this one.
Gonna be thinking.
All right.
You know, Labor Day already plans, and then the farmers market, right?
Yes.
Back this spring.
The rumors are true.
The rumors are true.
There's been a buzz going on about the return of the farmers market, and it is true. The Chapin Downtown Farmers Market will return in May.
Man, that's great news.
May through October.
through October.
Yeah.
And is this once a month?
This will be once a month on the second Saturday of the
Okay.
month, starting in May. It will be very heavily curated to feature local produce, local meat, local bread.
Mm.
While we appreciate our vendor events that have a wide variety of different vendors and a lot of our local businesses can participate, this one specifically, we're trying to keep it hyper-focused on your fresh produces and your locally sourced meats and grains.
That's great.
So a true farmers market.
True farmers market in terms of vendors. We're going to have some extra surprises too, some activities for the kids. Think of it as your pop-up brunch spot that you want to stay at for the whole time.
Okay. And the location is a little different as well?
It will be in the mural parking lot just off of Clark Street in
Okay.
downtown Chapin. We are also working closely with the American Legion. They are going to roll up their back door and let us use their covered sitting and eating space.
Nice.
We'll also have some food vendors there, some drink vendors there, coffee, breakfast. You're not going to want to leave this place. This will not be one of those farmers markets you pull up to and you get like a bag of carrots and then you're there for 10 minutes and then you leave. This is not that kind of farmer's market. We're going to capture such a vibe of a Saturday morning in warm South Carolina.
Nice.
Having a
Place
breakfast,
to be.
having some coffee, having a bev, and
Do we know the times of
I
what it
believe
should be?
8 to 11
Okay.
is right
Perfect.
now.
Well, that's a great.
8 to 11 is what we're looking at. We might bump that to 12 depending on what our vendors want. Exactly. We want to make sure everybody gets worth their while. But 8 to 11 is, I believe, the current plan.
And that mural parking lot, for folks that might not know, that's kind of next to Wells Fargo between that and the American Legion.
Mhm.
That's a mural that Nikki Peoples painted.
Yes.
It's
and
so
It's
good.
so
Yeah.
good.
It's so.
She's
it's
very,
such a-
very talented.
With the big angel wings. A lot of folks know that for the
Yeah.
angel wings that are there.
Or the eagle wings.
Okay, eagle wings.
Eagle
Good point.
wings?
We'll call it
Eagle
that.
wings?
We'll call it that.
Have you taken a picture in front of them?
Of course. Haven't
Me
you?
too. Yeah, I mean the day that we
Ribbon
kind
cutting.
of revealed it.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
super
right.
cool.
It was very cool.
So
Good
the farmers market is back, and then the prayer breakfast. So those are some good activities. Anything else kind of?
You know, if you haven't seen the calendar, all of your favorites will also be returning this year. Off the Dock Block Party, a little bit later this year. We're gonna move it into the evening because it's just been so hot.
Thank you.
We're not trying to put anybody in an uncomfortable situation. That will be an evening block party event as opposed to an afternoon block party event.
What month is that?
That will be in June,
in
mid-June.
June.
I believe
I
that
don't-
date is on the calendar, but
I don't think it matters what time of the day, Dylan, you do it. It's gonna be warm.
The devil
It'll
will
be
show up.
Woo,
it'll
buddy.
be warm, but
It
we
is
won't have
gonna
that
be
pounding
warm.
sun.
That's right.
That is true.
We said it last year, and I think got a nice suntan just from being there, just that one
Yeah.
day,
I burn.
which was
Yeah.
I can imagine
That's a
that you
serious
do burn.
problem.
But that will be fantastic. So many events, and then there is also a newsletter that the town does, or actually you do for the town.
I do.
with the town
a
that
great
gives
little
so
newsletter.
much updates. Tell everybody about that.
Yes, it's called the Chapin Star. It is distributed through Substack, and you can sign up for it through our website, I believe, or through the Substack link that gets posted. Every month, this comes out on the first Friday of the month, sometime in the morning after I get back from the Chamber First Friday.
There you go.
Networking.
Hey, buddy, I like that plug.
I
Like
don't-
that crooked
Like
creek.
I literally missed it this month, and I'm like, it was like the first Thursday. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
where's the newsletter? And I sent Dylan an email. I can't wait to read this because it is so beneficial and helpful for folks to know what's happening.
If you want to know what's going on in town, we cover the most recent town council meeting and the big highlights from that. We do an employee spotlight of somebody in the town hall that went above and beyond that month. Any of our projects that are going on, we preview our upcoming events, and then I save the last page for myself. That's an extended journal of
I like
things
it.
I want to talk about.
You write very well. I mean, I'm looking at the December edition, and you talked about the chicken that you guys had around town.
Rest in peace, Talk.
Talk.
What a
Talk,
guy.
the Town of Chapin chicken.
Yes.
Gone too soon.
But it's great. Yeah, it's got great information about the town, and I'm looking at this one and talking about the importance of shopping small, and making sure that our businesses are feeling the love from our community.
Let it never be said that the town of Chapin doesn't support their local businesses.
Absolutely. We appreciate that, and I know they appreciate
well, those events. Anything else you can think of right now happening?
Again, Labor Day, keep an eye out.
Yes.
Theme announcement. Those forms will be out in the coming months or sooner. That was vague on purpose. Fall Night Out will return.
Okay.
Our first responders event down with the Chapin Police Department. That'll be back. Halloween themed. Dress up. Get your costumes ready now.
That's a fun time.
You will forget if you don't.
Yes.
Old timey Christmas once again. We had a great time last year.
I feel like we just did that.
I know. It's because we did.
Oh yeah.
February. And we do have a new event. We are partnering in early June with the Chapin Branch Library, Lexington County Library. We are helping them with their summer reading kickoff. That event will be split between our two campuses. We will have different accoutrements for the event on each side, and part of it will be our refurbished trail grand opening. We have that nature trail behind Town Hall.
Such a great trail.
All new signage and delineations in the path and picnic tables, all sorts of great stuff. So if you haven't had a chance, come out for the summer reading kickoff. You can do the scavenger hunt through the new trail.
And 10 points to you for using accoutrements and delineations in the same sentence.
Oh yeah.
Very, very good SAT words.
If you guys haven't studied English literature.
So you studied English literature in college as opposed to like another type of literature?
There's an old John Mulaney joke about studying English in college, and he said, "That's right. I spent $140,000 to learn a language I already spoke."
And you said that joke just like John Mulaney. But you even paused like him and sounded just like him.
I've listened to it a lot. It rings in my head, actually. I think about it too much.
So good.
Well, speaking of Dylan, though, we do want to say congratulations on your recent marriage.
Thank you.
Dylan got
November 10th, 2024.
Yes.
November 10th. Man,
At
Town Hall. Man, keeping it local. Keeping it local. That's good, man. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Kendall probably doesn't listen to this, but how's everything going for the last 4 months?
She'll listen to this. I'm putting it on in the commercial.
She won't know.
Everything's been great.
It's good.
Everything is good.
You love her.
I do love her. This is not. There's nothing forced about this.
Of course.
There's no pressure.
No, not at all. Not at all.
All good. Well, Dylan, thanks for all that you do for the town, for our community, and for these plans. I mean, folks need to go ahead and plan now. Get those tickets for the prayer breakfast. Begin thinking about what you would like to do in town and service.
You can't say they're not doing anything. Nothing to do.
No, mark
can't
your
say
calendars.
that.
And if you're interested in sponsoring any of those events, specifically the farmers market, it being new, we're gonna try to get that rolling sooner rather than later. Please reach out. We'd love to have your support.
Awesome. Dylan, thanks so much, man. We appreciate you being on today.
Thank you, guys.
All right, this has been another edition of the Chamber Neighbors Podcast. Thanks for listening.
This has been the Chapin Neighbors Podcast, where we highlight all that makes our community special. We hope you enjoyed our time together. Please like, subscribe, and share the Chapin Chamber Neighbors Podcast.